Thank you.
Lots going on, lots to talk about. Jonathan Schanzer is Vice President of Research at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies and a former terrorism analyst at the Treasury Department. He joins us now to talk a little bit more about these developments. Obviously, front and center in the news is this terrorist attack that happened in Spain. We have 13 people dead. We have, 24 countries impacted all across the world. How do you think this will impact our foreign policy?
Well, I think it reinforces the fact that we're still fighting jihadism. We're still fighting Islamic fundamentalism. And in fact, that even as the Trump administration puts the final touches on dislodging ISIS from Syria and Iraq, what we're going to see is a dispersal of many of these jihadi fighters. They're going to be going back to where they came from. So that means going back to countries in the Middle East as well as Europe. And we're going to see, I think, more attacks along the lines of what we saw yesterday in Spain, and this is going to create the need for greater coalition building, greater coordination between this White House and our allies across the world.
And do you think that this means that we will have a tougher response? Because, Steve Bannon, that's one of the things that he was known to promote. But we also have General John Kelly, who is still there, and we've been talking about, his strength and the things that he can accomplish.
Sure. I think General Kelly, General McMaster, you've got a strong team there, not only on Islamic fundamentalism and ISIS and al-Qaeda, but also on issues like Iran and North Korea. I don't think that the team that the president has assembled is going to back down on these issues. I think it'll be interesting to see whether there are nuances or slight shifts in terms of the rhetoric, and that's something we'll just watch for in the coming days.
Yeah, and we were just discussing that because the rhetoric seems to, someone says one thing and then another person says another thing. It will be interesting to see if they can coalesce behind, one common message. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure.